Throughout history, us human beings have evolved to become better at this whole like living thing, understanding how to take care of our health with proper medicine to improve life expectancy, and then showcasing what the human body can do through athletics, through sports. And just as human beings evolve over the years, sports begin to evolve over the years. You start to see these new sports arise where you're able to showcase just what the human body is made of. And well, recently my attention has been brought to something that really just showcases how incredible human beings are. And well, those are vape tricks. You see, the other day I was just, scrolling on Instagram, doing my thing, looking for something to make fun of, and well, I stumbled across this video. And now I've seen like vaping tricks and stuff like that done before in the past, but I've never seen any of them done like this before, because there's no like cool lights, there's no cool transitions, there's no like crazy music over the top. It's just this guy in a smoke shop barefoot doing these tricks, and it makes this stuff look way less cool than it normally does, which is saying a lot, because even normally it doesn't look that cool to me. I really don't understand why it is that people think it looks cool to like try to be the human version of Thomas the Tank Engine. But well, clearly it's a very popular thing and people love it for some reason. Like, let me just play the audio for you all so that you can hear what it actually sounds like. Hopefully this doesn't get age restricted, but it is kind of weird. But even just joking about that, you have people like trying to say that like, oh, like this guy's a legend, he's really cool, and like his tricks are really awesome. And like, honestly, I just don't think that that's true. The reason why I say that is because I know people who vape, and within like the first day of vaping, they could do like the little O-rings and shit like that. So like, I don't know, I feel like if you're able to just pick something up, any kind of like a sport, within like the first day of trying it, it can't be that impressive, And yes, maybe I am kind of just generalizing this guy's skill. I mean, some of the people in the comment section seem to think that his quintuple boob explosion or whatever the fuck is really, really awesome. So maybe I just don't understand the beauty of it, which is why I decided to go and do a little bit of research on what is the most challenging vape trick. And well, I stumbled across the jellyfish. And while the jellyfish does look pretty cool, it looks like a jellyfish, it's pretty tight. I can't imagine that this is too difficult itself either. When I was doing research on it, it said that doing the O-ring or the donut ring or whatever the fuck they want to call it is like the basis for being able to do the jellyfish. But the thing is, whenever you see people doing vape tricks, they only basically do variations on this ring. So if all you need to know is how to do the ring and then move your hands around or blow extra smoke in certain ways to do additional tricks, I don't get how it's that impressive. And like here in this video where they're showcasing the jellyfish, again, they're trying to do like fun, cool, like sound effects and transitions and whatnot to make it cooler than it actually is. But when you watch the vape tricks minus all of that stuff, you get this guy barefoot in a smoke shop. I really don't understand what happened to this man's sock. I don't understand how he feels comfortable raw dogging it in a vape shop. Could not be me. But you know what, Mom? It's just a phase and I don't get it. So I decided to do a little bit more research and started to look into vape competitions. Yes, they hold vape competitions at these vaping conventions. And not only do they hold vaping competitions, they hold these vaping competitions in boxing rings. Boxers are some of the best athletes out there in the world. And so I just think that it's really funny that they hold these vaping competitions, which, yes, regardless of if you have nicotine or not in your vape, it is bad for your lungs. And so I just think that it's really funny that some of the people that have the best stamina, the best wind, the best lungs on this planet, they fight in a boxing ring. And then they had the complete opposite. People with more than likely terrible lung health competing and blowing smoke. Now they have two different types of vaping competitions. They have the cloud competition and they have the trick competition.
He's a hell of a tricker.
Hey, yo, what did he just say?
Hell of a tricker.
Yeah, trickers. Okay. And while doing research, I found out that people win like genuine money at these competitions. The world competitions, they have a purse of $100,000. $100,000 for blowing a big old cloud. I might just need to find the nearest smoke shop and just be in there completely barefoot. Okay, now looking at the Vape Summit, we're gonna start off with the cloud competition. And well, the cloud competition is basically these two men back to back blowing big clouds in the air. They go the ready, set, go, suck up as much vape as humanly possible, and then they just have to blow a huge cloud. Flannel Shirt wins it, and well, he is so very stoked in his words.
How do you feel about winning?
I feel really stoked and excited.
That's another just really big thing about it, where like, again, when you take away the slow-mo, the special effects, cool edits and everything, it just isn't cool in general. Like winning the world competition of something and being like, man, I'm pretty stoked. That is like one of the funniest things ever. Like when you see people win other sports, world titles, whatever, they are crying. They're freaking out, popping champagne, doing the most. And he's just like,
I feel really stoked.
and then he goes on to like show off his vape and like talks about the mods and everything. And I just can't get over this one clip here.
Cotton inside of my Thundercloud Plus and a sub-ohm innovation.
It does not look like that is something that you should be putting in your body. Like if you were to show me that clip on 4th of July, I would think that that was a firework. I don't understand how these people are actually inhaling this shit. It's like sparking and like flying places and everything. And like people really have the audacity to act as if this stuff is just healthy for you. But I mean, I'm not trying to turn this into a PSA or nothing like that. I mean, don't vape. Unless you're trying to be really stoked like this guy.
I feel really stoked and excited.
Okay, and then the next one that we have is the one that I just think is so funny. And while earlier our barefoot green shirted man would have actually fallen into this category of competition, which is the tricks.
He's a hell of a tricker.
This one you might be a little bit more familiar with because it's pretty popular on like TikTok and like reels and whatnot of like people just like blowing out like circles basically. Another thing about these is, again, with the initial video that I showed you all, they don't look cool without the music, without the speed ramps and cool effects. They like contort their faces in such weird ways, and like some people bring up the fact that like, oh, without the smoke it would look weird. Even with the smoke, this shit looks so weird. Like they make these super weird faces, and they're like, the way that they're moving around like they're in the Matrix or some shit is just so bizarre, and it's so funny to me to watch. Because like at least with the cloud competition, it is like kind of cool, you know, they're blowing these huge clouds or whatever. It kind of reminds me of like Sasuke from Naruto when like he would like blow fire out. Like I can kind of understand how you can get hype about that, but these are just so funny because everyone basically does around about the exact same trick. Like they blow these like big O's out and then they like blow smoke through them and they like trying to like airbend them or whatever. And I don't know, a lot of the comments are like, wow, this is real life airbending. Wow, it's really cool how they're manipulating the air around the smoke to be able to do these things. You know damn well none of them understand the physics of what is going on. They just vape nonstop and just start pushing shit around and seeing what works. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I personally took AP Physics in high school and I couldn't explain to you how this stuff worked. However, giving them this praise as if they're like these amazing physicists or whatever that just discovered how to airbend is like kinda crazy to me.
You're a fucking savage. One more time, give it up for Jared, everybody. Come on, let's go.
It's just them blowing and sucking air, doing this weird like mime in a box stuff. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever you enjoy is something that you enjoy. But I kind of feel like we need to be done like defending these guys and girls as if like they're the last airbenders or whatever. Like if you think that it's cool, hey, all for it, man. You enjoy it. Clearly there's hundreds of thousands of people that also enjoy these competitions. But me personally, I can't get over the faces that they make and the fact that they really are just blowing circles into the air while simultaneously like leaving metal particles in their lungs. Not really for me. I mean, seriously, again, I said I wasn't gonna do a PSA, but really the shit is just not healthy for you. I mean, just like listen to this guy talk about his vape and some of his sponsors and tell me that you think that that's still safe to inhale.
So I'd like to thank Team Cloud Zombies, who's been there from the beginning, along with Team Thundercloud, Lux Liquid, Royal, Vapor Dye.
Like, you're telling me that you think that something from Team Cloud Zombie and Thundercloud and Vapor Dye are just okay things to ingest in your body? Some of y'all will not survive the zombie apocalypse, and it shows. Anyways, I know I can't blow a bunch of circles into the air, but regardless, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. And again, maybe don't vape, but I mean, if you do, at least like put shoes on when you're like making a penis cloud or whatever. Most importantly, don't forget to tell your people that you love them, and I'll see you all next week when I dodge vape bullets like I'm in the Vape Matrix.